Hi everyone, Shawn here from Chordistry.com. Today I'm going to show you how to play the song Marvin Gaye on guitar. It's a tune with a very classic chord progression and it's got a very classic production style too. I'm going to break down all the different chords, chord progressions, and strum patterns that you need to know to play this song. And if you check the description, you're going to find a link to the chord chart. You can also see down there a link to the playthrough video over on Patreon. And you can also sign up for my newsletter too, and you'll get a free 3-part mini course on how to switch chords faster. So we're going to start with the chords. Now, if you know these chords already, you can click the link in the description. That'll bring you to the song where I break down all the different parts in the song. But I want to start with the chords. We got a capo on fret 4 today too. So the chords we're going to use are C major, A minor, F major, G major, G augmented, E7, D, and D minor. Okay, so let's break down all these different chord shapes. C goes like this. Your first finger is on fret 1 of the B string. Your second finger is on fret 2 of the D string, and your third finger is on fret 3 of the A string. Strum the A to high E strings. Awesome. A minor goes like this. Your first finger is on fret 1 of the B string, your second finger is on fret 2 of the D string, and your third finger is on fret 2 of the G string. Strum the A to high E strings. F, I'll show you like this. F major, the easy way, playing only the middle strings, goes like this. Your first finger is on fret 1 of the B string, your second finger is on fret 2 of the G string, your fourth finger is on fret 3 of the D string, and your third finger is on fret 3 of the A string. Just play the A, D, G, and B strings, muting both the low and the high E strings. You can do that with your thumb and your first finger. That way you can strum all 6 strings and only hear those 4. Nice. G major goes like this. Your first finger is on fret 2 of the A string. Your second finger is on fret 3 of the low E string. Your third and fourth fingers are on fret 3 of the B and high E strings. Strum all 6 strings. We also need this chord right here. G augmented. To make this chord, your first finger is on fret 1 of the D string, your second finger is on fret 2 of the A string, and your third finger is on fret 3 of the low E string. We're just going to strum the low E to B strings. So mute the high E string. And that's what that chord sounds like, G augmented. We also need E7. An E7 chord is like this. Your first finger is on fret 1 of the G string, second finger on fret 2 of the A string, third finger on fret 2 of the D string, and your fourth finger on fret 3 of the B string. Strum all 6 strings. And that's an E7. D major goes like this. Your first finger is on fret 2 of the G string, your second finger is on fret 2 of the high E string, and your third finger is on fret 3 of the B string. Strum the A to high E strings. And that's a D major chord. You can have your thumb mute the low E string. D minor goes like this. Your first finger now is on fret 1 of the high E. Your second finger is on fret 2 of the G, and either your third or fourth finger is going to be on fret 3 of the B string. Strum the A to high E strings just like you did with the D major, and that's a D minor. Quick recap, we have C, A minor, F, G, G augmented, E7, D, and D minor. And that covers all the chords that we're going to use in this song. So let's check out the first chord progression that we use, and it's actually going to be the chorus chord progression because we're doing a half chorus for the intro of this song. So we go like this. C, for 2 measures, A minor for 2 measures, go F to G to C, and then G augmented. And that will be the first 8 measures of the tune, which is also going to be the chord progression we use in the chorus. So let's do this strum pattern for that. We're going to go. Okay, so the main strum pattern goes like this. We're going to play the bass note, followed by a down strum, and then an up strum. So we do that for each measure except the last G augmented chord. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Now you want to arpeggiate that last chord there. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Just playing that G augmented from low to high. And that's going to be the intro, and again, the chord progression for the chorus. So let's talk about the verse now. We're going to play the same chord progression that we just saw for the intro, but we're going to substitute a little bass line in that 8th measure, which brings us into the second half of the verse, which starts on an E7 chord. So we have some old stuff, we have some new stuff. Let's break down all the things that go into this section. So we start on a C chord, just like we did before, for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. We go to an A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Go to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to G. 2, 3, 4, and then C. Instead of playing that G augmented, we're going to do this. C as a staccato. So 1, 2, and then you go 3 and 4 and we're into an E7 chord. Okay, so let's break down that first half right there. We're switching our strum pattern. We're not going to do that bass note and then down up strum like we did before. We'll come back to that. But we're going to do this strum pattern now. Just a series of 8th notes down strummed. Okay, so we're mimicking the piano here. It's playing the 8th note, da, 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 whereas before we were playing the guitar part. But it makes a nice change of pace for the different section that we're in. Okay, so let's break down that bass line in the 8th measure. We're playing fret 3 of the A string, open D, fret 1 of the D string, and then fret 2 of the D string. Just like that. You start that lick on beat 3. So it's 3 and 4 and then you land into an E7. Okay, so here's the second half. We're starting on an E7 and we play it for 2 measures. We go to A minor, D, and then D minor, G. And that G is going to be staccato like our C was. All right? That was the second half, the last 8 measures of the verse. Let's play the whole thing through so you can feel how the whole verse section is going to sound. Starting on a C chord, here we go. C, A A minor, F, G, C, C, 3 and 4 and E7 to A minor, to D, and then we have a quick D minor, G. All right, so those last two measures there, D minor, and then stop on the G, G. And then we're into the real chorus. So the first time we see the actual chorus, which is going to be after the verse, we're going to be playing that same chord progression just 2 times around. Bring back that first strum pattern on the first time, but on the second time do that second strum pattern that we just did. When you play that second strum pattern, just hit that G augmented chord in one strum and just let it ring instead of arpeggiating it like you did before. So not just like that. Okay, so that was the chorus, the full chorus. What you're gonna do then is jump back to the verse, but we're gonna be doing a different strum pattern there, so let's check that out. So on the first half of the verse, we're gonna do this strum pattern. Okay, so we're just doing bop, bop, bop for each chord, for each measure, I should say. So it's a very syncopated beat. You just want to listen to how it sounds and match it with the recording, because it's hard to explain and I don't feel like going into all the different 16th note bits. Just play 3 strums like you hear it. Like that. Okay, so that's, again, the first half of the verse. Same lead in, and then you jump into the second half using that 8th note strum pattern. Do the same thing, staccato on the last G. So the second chorus is going to be the last chorus that we see. We're going to do it 2 more times just like we did in the first real chorus, but then we're going to have an extended chorus after that. We're going to be bringing out a couple more measures and doing a nice turnaround that finishes the tune in a very strong way. So let's cover the different parts that go into this last chorus. We're going to start the same way that we did, doing the bass down, up for each measure. So we know how that goes. Right? And then we're going to do our down strummed 8th note pattern after that. And here's how the third time through our chord progression goes. Again, we're adding some additional measures on the end, kind of interrupting what we usually do to make a really nice turnaround that brings us to the end. So here's how it goes. We're starting on a C, of course, for 2 measures. Go to A minor for 2 measures. F for 1, G for 1, C for 1, A minor again, F, G, C, C, like that. So we would expect on the first F, G, C to hold that C through the next measure, but instead we get this A minor, which again interrupts our expectation there, and it draws us into the next chord progression, which is going to be another F, G, and then a C, and then we finish off with a nice long open C chord. So that's going to be the tune. Basically we have a couple chord progressions and a couple strum patterns. We have some variations on both of those, and if you put them together, it makes this song. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you learned how to play the song, hit that like button. And of course, you can hit that subscribe button too for more lessons just like this one. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in another lesson.